organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up on Daily Iowan TV, it's International Women's Day. See what students on campus know about the observance.
Plus, can you picture the Pentecrest covered in trees? Some fun history for you later.
And in sports, highlights from the comeback win that got the Hawkeyes to play another day.
That's all coming your way next.
Daily Iowan TV starts now.
I'm Tom Brokaw. For more than 100 years now, the University of Iowa community has been waking up to the Daily Iowan. Today, it's the largest newsroom in eastern Iowa. And now you can see the news every night on Daily Iowan TV and get it anytime worldwide at dailyiowan.com.
Thanks for tuning in to your Thursday edition of Daily Iowan TV. I'm Brad Maxwell.
And I'm Christina Targos. Thursday was International Women's Day, and the meaning of the holiday was different among each UI student.
No, I don't know what today is.
No, I just know what the date is.
Today is Women's Day. Wait, Women's Day is what it's called? Today's Women's Day I found out via Facebook.
The day has actually been celebrated since the early 1900s, when women's rights movements were just rising up. The global celebration encourages all feminist groups to make their initiatives known around their communities. Events are held across the nation, ranging from fundraising activities to online discussion groups using social media.
All that separates students from spring break is one more day in the week, and the University of Iowa Police are taking one last step to remind travelers to be safe. It's the March issue of the UI Police's Crime Prevention News, and officials remind students to keep safe when traveling to hot spring break destinations. The newsletter touches on several tips, like researching a travel agency, not wearing fancy jewelry in public, and communicating with parents back home. You can find the full newsletter on the University of Iowa's Police homepage.
Now that spring is around the corner, students will be out more enjoying the shade of the Pentecrest trees. But what if someone told you there used to be double the amount of trees on that common part of campus, making one tree, still standing today, so special to the UI? I went to find out what makes this tree so inspirational. The Pentecrest used to be home to more than 100 American elm trees. The large trees were perfect for the Pentecrest, shading generations of students and faculty. That all ended with the Dutch elm disease.
It's a fungal pathogen that's spread by elm bark beetles.
In the 1950s, the Dutch elm disease swept across the Midwest. All but one elm on the Pentecrest were killed, and now that elm grows in front of Schaefer Hall and stands as an inspiration. How the tree managed to survive is still unknown today. It is believed that the tree was planted in the 1880s. The trunk is about 15 feet around, and its highest branches are about 93 feet high. The impressive tree is certified as the largest American elm in Iowa, and because this tree is so special, precautions are taken to make sure it stays alive.
We actually inject this tree with a fungicide called propiconazole, and we inject it, and it's as a preventative.
And now trees on the UI campus are in danger yet again, this time not elm, but ash. The emerald ash borer is leaving large numbers of ash trees dead. This is a problem for the UI as it is home to over 700 ash trees, and a majority of them line the T.N. Clary walkway. But while the ash trees may be in danger, they would not be as missed as the giant elm trees. Christina Targos, Daily Iowan TV.
And still much more to come on Daily Iowan TV. The video that went viral yesterday had the social media world buzzing.
And later in sports, hear from two of track's best representing the University of Iowa at the NCAA Championships.
But first, we've been having an awful lot of sunshine this winter, and today the largest solar storm in 5 years occurred. We'll take it over to Daily Iowan TV's Tasha Woods for a recap and a look at your local weather forecast.
Yeah, guys, this was the biggest solar storm we've seen in years, but planet Earth has lucked out so far. After it hit earlier this morning, there didn't seem to be any problems with power grids and other sources of technology. But according to scientists, we're not out of the woods yet. The solar flares have come in a direction that does the least amount of damage. However, the direction of the storm can and will change. These blasts from sunspots shooting towards the Earth and with the storm this size will generate activity farther south than usual. The sun's energy reaches its peak this evening and will generate northern lights as far south as the Great Lakes. And although the sun has generated quite a stir, we haven't quite felt the heat today like we have in the past couple of days, with a bit of wind chill and highs in the mid-40s. Tomorrow we'll have clear skies with a morning temperature of 33 degrees. Around noon, temperatures will reach 40 and then drop to 36 degrees late in the evening. Spring break has finally come, and this weekend, for those who are sticking around Iowa City, expect highs to range in the upper 40s on Friday, which will then raise to the mid-60s and lower 70s throughout the next few days. We're going to have a 50% chance of rain this coming Sunday and then again on Wednesday. But overall, a pretty decent week for the beginning of March. Back to you.
A viral YouTube video is catching on across the country, including on the UI campus. The title of the video is Kony 2012, and the purpose is to push for the arrest of leader of a rebel army in Uganda, Joseph Kony. Kony has allegedly overseen the capture of 30,000 Ugandan children and forced them to commit acts of violence. The video was produced by a charity called Invisible Children and has swept across the social media community, grabbing the attention of many UI students.
I haven't watched the Kony videos because I don't think you can displace a warlord via Facebook.
I was involved in Invisible Children a lot, and I think it's good that we're finally starting to take aims on it.
The video says it will expire at the end of the year and plans to hold an event in April where people from every city in America can post flyers on street corners.
And now I'll take it over to Daily Iowan TV reporter Muriel Kone for this Thursday's health report.
Thank you, guys. On Tuesday, we talked about why the infertility levels in women under the age of 35 seem on the rise. But there's hope, according to Dr. Jamie Griffel of NYU, whose egg freezing method, and yes, a doctor who freezes eggs, literally freezes a woman's reproductive potential in time. And according to Dr. Ginny Ryan of UIHC, egg freezing is an alternative only if the woman will not start reproducing till much later in life, because chances are younger women will still have a regular chance of having a baby if they plan accordingly. So Brad and Christina, it looks like the process of having a baby is getting easier and easier. Back to you guys.
And now we'll take a look beyond Iowa. In South Korea, hundreds of residents, activists, and priests protested against the building of a naval base on the island Jeju. A construction company began blasting a rock bed at the site on Wednesday, despite the call from the government to halt the project.
And today marks the one-year anniversary of the devastating earthquake and tsunami that left Japan in ruins. A violent earthquake shook the country, destroying hundreds of homes and businesses. At this time last year, many ceremonies are being held today in honor of the lives that were lost.
Sydney, Australia has been hit hard with floods. The city received its heaviest day of rain in 5 years today. Water levels are up to the window, and cars seem to be riding the waves instead of driving on roads. Transport officials ranked it as the worst day for anyone trying to get to work in 15 years.
And now let's send it over to Daily Iowan TV's Chelsea Byrne to see what's happening in Hawkeye sports.
Matt Gatens and the Hawkeyes have been determined to not let their season end anytime soon and surprised everyone once again Thursday afternoon with just how resilient they can be. Head coach Fran McCaffrey led his 8th-seeded Hawkeyes into a rematch with an Illinois squad they lost to in February. Bryce Cartwright isn't wasting any time, disrupts the Illinois offense, steals, dishes it between two defenders, and gives Gatens the easy layup. Closing in on the end of the first half, and Iowa is down, but Gatens hits his first 3 of the game. He had 9 going into the break, but Iowa trailed 31-27. Illinois continuing to widen the gap. Myers-Leonard with a beautiful alley-oop, and they go up by 6. But once again, enter Matt Gatens. He takes it all the way and slams it down. Now Bryce Cartwright is making moves, finds an open Melson Basabe for the easy 2-hander, and that ties it at 46. The Orange Crush not giving up. Tracy Abrams with the 3 with 16 seconds left, setting up a nail-biting finish for Iowa. Gatens looks trapped, but he escapes, takes it all the way down, gets fouled, and he makes both of his free throws. Illinois doesn't pull off this last-second 3 to tie it, and the Hawkeyes snap a 5-game Big Ten tournament losing streak, beating Illinois 64-61. What a win by this Iowa squad, who has been unpredictable, exciting, and just plain fun to watch all season long. They will now go on to play number 8 ranked Michigan State on Friday, with hopes of keeping those Hawkeye uniforms on for just a little while longer. The Big Ten Indoor Track and Field Championships didn't go the way defending outdoor champs wanted it. An 8th place finish left the Hawkeyes disappointed. But for the two captains of the squad, Troy Doris and Eric Zawinski, the result of the Big Tens didn't stop them from making the NCAA Indoor Championships. Daily Iowan TV's Annie Costable has more on the seniors.
Seniors Troy Doris and Eric Zawinski are the two qualifiers representing the University of Iowa at the NCAA Championships. Both gentlemen are captains, school record holders, and Big Ten champions. But despite their past success and high expectations from coaches, they both know it'll be tough to win the coveted first place spot.
I'm hoping to win, obviously. So, but nonetheless, I just want a good competition and everybody to jump far. So,
I wouldn't say I expect to win. I mean, there's a lot of good competition in the race, but I definitely think I have a chance. I wouldn't count myself out of it. So, I mean, being senior year, I'm just trying to put myself in a good position and hopefully have a chance to win the race. And it's kind of like the last hurrah. So.
Both Troy and Eric have their work cut out for them after seeing some of their competitors at the Big Ten Indoor Championships and others at invitationals throughout the year. They both are expecting tough competition.
I know Kyron from LSU and Omar from Florida might be the biggest competitors for me, but I would say it'd just be us three would be battling for the title. So.
Probably Haroon from Minnesota. He's definitely a front runner in the race. I mean, he won 400 and the 600 Big Ten, so he's definitely going to be the biggest competition. So.
The guys have been preparing all year for the NCAAs, and with this being their last year to compete, both are hoping to come back champions. Annie Costable, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
The NCAA Championships will be hosted in Idaho beginning this weekend. That's a look at sports. Back to you guys.
And hey, did you see this? If you're looking for cash, you've come to the wrong place. But look what you can get instead. Sprinkle Cupcakes in Beverly Hills has created a 24-hour cupcake ATM. That's right, it takes first cupcake ATM in the world. And it doesn't just give treats to humans, it also dispenses snacks for your pooch.
And only with Daily Iowan TV can you get a sneak peek at Friday's pages of the Daily Iowan. Find out why more University of Iowa women study abroad than men.
Plus, see what the community is doing to put the Lake Ridge community back in the Hills District.
That's your latest edition of Daily Iowan TV. Be sure to check us out at the same time on Sunday or anytime online at dailyiowan.com.
For Daily Iowan TV, thanks for watching and have a great night.